Hey guys, my name is Katie and my business is 6ShooterCharlie, and today is another episode of She Means Business, the reality of reselling, where I take you along for the ride and show you what it takes to run a small woman-owned business and all of the life that happens in between.
She means business, engine running fast. Road to Texas, chasing treasures from the past. Boxes of vintage, glass shining bright. Hidden gems waiting in the morning light. Jolene, Stevie, Maverick riding along. Every garage sale feels like a treasure hunt song. She means business, searching every town. Vintage glass and jewels waiting to be found. Uranium glowing, Avon in the stash. From dusty boxes straight to treasure cash. Hey, hey. From dusty boxes, hey, hey. Stories to share. Another Texas find. Hunts everywhere.
Guys, okay, we started the morning. This is, every morning I swear is different and it's great. But today is a little bit of a letdown. I have already been battling with Facebook Marketplace over my account. It keeps getting suspended and it is being flagged for fraud, deception, scams. And the last time it happened, I was in Facebook Marketplace jail for 2 months. I have disputed it. I have written to them. I've gone to the chat thing. I have emailed and said, I don't understand. It doesn't show me what happened. I don't know how to rectify a situation if I don't know what's wrong. I also had zero access to any of my marketplace stuff, so I could not pull receipts for taxes. I couldn't do anything. I could not get through to them. There is a dispute resolution you can go through, but funny enough, the one piece of information I needed, Facebook would not provide me with, which was a case number for my suspension. And I went around with them, and then one day, all of a sudden, it was like, oh, you're back on Marketplace. And I'm like, so what did I do? And Marketplace had not been a part of my business for a very long time, so I could have taken it or left it. But when I got the physical store, it's very important because I have furniture, I have big things, I have community sales that I do, I have all this stuff, and they just rip away that access. And I've written to them a million times, I'm a legitimate business. What do you need from me to verify that I am not a deceptive business? I'm not a scam. I'm not a fraud. So I keep going through this cycle of disputing it, and then you take everything down, and all this rigmarole that goes on. And I'm now honestly, at first I thought for the first one, I thought it was AI driven. Like I think AI had flagged something that I had done, or maybe it sees that I have a lot of stuff, so maybe that makes me a scam. But and that's what I kind of figured, but I'm almost figuring now it's somebody who is nefariously going in and flagging my my listings, which I don't want to think that about people. I don't have the time of day to think about what loophole can I do to hurt someone else's business. That just doesn't make sense. It's very little people, but maybe I should be flattered that someone thinks about me enough during the day and takes time out of their day to try to ruin my business while I'm out here just doing my thing and hustling and, selling stuff. Like maybe if they took that time that they were using to do that to better their business or life or whatever it is they got going on that makes them hurt inside, maybe their life would be better. But so I'm fighting with them on that. Now, here is an interesting thing. If any of you sell on Poshmark, I am sure you are very aware of the new Poshmark restrictions. They have now updated their system to, you can only have a very, very small, I think it's like 3% cancellation rate with your orders. So God forbid anything happens, if you have to cancel an order for whatever reason, it puts a strike against you. You get so many of them. The first one that you get is a warning, or not a warning, it is a suspension. They take your whole closet down and they tell you you have to go in, read this document and agree to it, and then they review your account, and it should be up within the 72 hours. But don't you dare ever do anything else wrong. So I got that, and I read through the thing, and it literally is like, be good at customer service. You're not allowed to have cancellations, basically. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. But take care of the customers. Take care of the customers. You know, make sure you maintain your inventory. Make sure you don't sell something that you don't have. Duh, of course. Why would I want to do that? Like, that's just extra work. But life happens. So that happened, and I've been minding my P's and Q's, and I got a ton of Poshmark orders in the time that I got reinstated. So I don't know if that somehow pinged the algorithm, like, hey. But then I did have to cancel something. So because of that, my Poshmark closet had been down, I did a huge sale once it came back up. I was like, I want to get my, orders, or I did it across my platform. So maybe that's probably why I got more orders, but like, I want to clear out some old inventory. I want to get going again. I want, get some activity going. I sold a dress that I cannot find. I know I have that dress. I know exactly, I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but I remember that dress from like 2 years ago. That's how old this inventory is, 2 years ago. I have searched, I have looked, I have freaked out, I've been frustrated. I've been trying to figure out who I could buy this dress from and have it drop shipped to the customer so then I don't get dinged on Poshmark, and just freaking out about it. And I was like, you know what, whatever, I have to cancel it. Like, I'm not gonna just leave this customer hanging, and there's nothing I can do other than jumping through hoops to get that dress, to ship it to the customer so that I don't get dinged on my account and probably pay 2-3 times what I was gonna make off the sale. Or I'm sure that there are gonna be, Poshmark people out there that are gonna figure out, well, what if I just ship the customer something so it shows tracking, and then they get the order, oh, it's the wrong thing, oh, my mistake. Like, are they gonna, is that gonna be a cancellation, or, what does that, I'm sure there's gonna be someone that's gonna figure out the loophole. So, they have now suspended my account for 2 weeks, 14 days. And there is no guarantee that after that 14 days, I will get my account back. What? Like, it doesn't, I guess it just, all in the wash does not make sense to me. And you know what? I should have known better, because I was watching Rebecca Allison, and she is on YouTube. She is amazing. I love watching her stuff, and it's kind of like almost like body doubling. I'll put her videos on and put my AirPods in, and I will just listen to her. She's got this like really just nice voice, and it's just like, she's sweet and she's kind, and she has all of these great, she's very good with like designer brands that I have no clue about, and she goes to the bins and finds all kinds of crazy stuff, but she's like very realistic about stuff that goes on, and she had been warning about this, and because her account, and she is a huge Poshmark person or business, and she had warned about this because she got shut down as well. And she's like, I have so much stuff that's in my Poshmark closet that's not in my Vindoo. If you don't know what Vindoo is, it is a cross-listing program. I love it. I use it every day. And I didn't save these listings, so now if they get rid of everything, it's gone. So she was doing that, and I kept on saying, I want to respond to her, because she had so many good points. She's like, I'm a small business. I've moved my inventory a couple of times. I have personal life stuff going on. Sometimes some things sell other places, and Vindoo, something happens, and it's just life, and it doesn't get taken down in time. Or, I had a leak once, and it got over a bunch of inventory, and I didn't find out about it until I sold something that was in there. I had to cancel that order, and I told the customer, I am so sorry. I did not want my roof to leak, but I have to cancel your order. And here's what also I don't get about it is that the customer gets refunded. Like, there is no harm other than, oh gosh, I didn't get that good deal on that item, or I was planning to wear that dress to a party, or whatever. Like, also, like, you don't get a refund when you ship something, it goes USPS, and it doesn't get to you in time for you to wear to the party. You don't get a refund for that. But for me, as the seller, I have to take the hit on all of it. Like, so the customer gets their money back. Maybe they are a little disappointed, but really, I can only have 3% of my sales that only bad things can happen to. Like, I think sometimes 10, 15, 20% of my day bad things are happening, or let's say unfortunate things, not bad, just frustrating, you know, like, so now you're gonna penalize me. And I just think that's really sad, because I really felt like Poshmark was one of the platforms that did actually offer good seller support, in the fact that, like, they don't just let customers return things, and they have to have good reasons, and they have to show like, hey, item not as described. They have to show exactly why item is not as described. And, you know, they give good protections when the item comes back. You can actually, you know, put in like a dispute. And, you know, it's not perfect. I had somebody who bought a very expensive mobility wheelchair from me for a child, and I packaged it so lovingly. It went to Hawaii, and I had to break it down into a million pieces. I bubble wrapped it, I foamed it, I did all these things because I was like, you know, I put a lot of care into my packing anyways, but I'm like, this is a mobility chair for a child, and it's going to Hawaii. So I went overboard packing this thing, and it got to them. The lady had it for, I don't even remember how long. It was like 2 weeks. And she wrote back and said, oh, this is item not as described. It was an expensive piece too, but I had given a huge discount on it because it was one of those like niche things of like, it was a very specific kind of mobility chair. And so I was like, okay, like, you know, me finding that person that needs exactly this chair, and I'm just gonna share the love. I was able to acquire it. Someone needs it. Let's make it happen. She wrote back and said, there's no break on this chair, and it's not as item not as described. I want my money back. And I was like, whoa, this chair doesn't have a break. I was like, and in the pictures there is no break, and in the description there is no break. I was like, you might have assumed because it was like an optional attachment that you could get for this chair, because it was a very like modular chair. It had all these accessories you could get for it, and the break was not part of the actual chair. We went back and forth, and I told Poshmark, I was like, this is not item not as described. I was like, and this is in Hawaii. Like, yeah, she can return it, but I want it back. Like, do not give her money back. I want this chair back. She shipped it back, and she literally threw the chair, and because I had put it in this like Tyvek bag, this big giant bag, and bubble wrapped it and then shrink wrapped around it and all this stuff. She literally took the bag, threw the chair back in this bag, and zipped it and put some packing tape over the zipper and shipped it back to me. It was mangled when I got it back. She had put some parts of the chair like in a box, and the parts were all missing. The bag was ripped, so who knows where those parts went. And Poshmark still gave her money back. And I wrote them and said, no, this is not fair. She did not safely pack this to come back to me. Number one, I'm disputing. She should not have been able to return this chair, because under your policy, this is not item not as described. She made an assumption, and you can see in the pictures the item the accessory she's saying that was supposed to be on there is not on there. It's not in the description. You know, she made an assumption. Am I supposed to also then go in my descriptions, go, this chair doesn't come with, let me list every accessory this chair ever came with. It doesn't come with all these things. If I had to do that with every single item, like, it is what's in the picture and what's in the description. Now I have to go and say it doesn't, you know, this jacket. Okay, but it doesn't, there are matching pants that come, they sell for this jacket, but it doesn't come with the pants. Okay, it also doesn't come with a belt. It doesn't come with shoes. It doesn't come with, what? Like, what are we, and Poshmark, like, I almost died on that hill. I was like, but there was so many other things that they did well that I was like, you know what? So I ate it on that chair. Like, there was no saving it. It was destroyed. So, and that's really sad, because guess what? Somebody who needs that chair, it's no longer around. But okay, I digress. That was Poshmark, right? So, here's the thing. The funny thing, I had been watching that Rebecca Allison, and she was going through and saying, I'm a small business, things happen, I move, I've moved my inventory, like, this is, these things are gonna happen. I try my best. And then, she said, with Poshmark's policies, like, when you have an automatic offer out on something on Poshmark, it doesn't let you in the listing. So you have to go in augment the listing, like go in and change the size of something, save it, go back in, and then you can take it down. So there's a huge barrier to take things down when there's an act of, like when you send out an offer. That's so stupid. I sent out an offer. I don't want to have that offer anymore. Like, it's not available anymore, but I can't take it down. I have to go in, augment the listing, and then go back in, save it all, go back in, and then I can delete that listing. That's stupid, like stupid. And then I use Vendoo. Like, so then I've got to get out of Vendoo, go to Poshmark, make all these changes in the listing, go back into Vendoo, make sure it's delisted in Vendoo. Like, what? So, and she was like, I'm so busy. These things happen. I'm a small business. I don't have a marketing department and an inventory department and a shipping department. And, you know, she's like, I'm a one-woman show, and that's what Poshmark was made for. But they're not, whatever. Okay, so I'm going on and on and on about this. The moral of the story is I meant to actually respond to Rebecca on YouTube. People don't understand that on YouTube, you may watch the video, but if you don't interact with it, it doesn't go anywhere. So like, subscribe, share, make a comment, something. But I really wanted to make a comment and be like, girl, I hear you. I hear you. I see you. Thank you so much for making this video. Thank you for warning people. Thank you for saying these things. Because if no one says anything, then it just keeps going on and we all feel like we're in this boat by ourselves drowning. And that's not what this is about. But it's just the reality of every day. Here's the thing. I never wrote to her because I'm busy. I'm busy running my business. I'm busy, you know, doing these listings. I so badly want to write her, and you know, maybe she never sees my message or whatever. And it's not about that. It's about supporting someone else. And so this morning when I woke up and they said, ding, 14-day restriction on your Poshmark. And also, here's the thing. You can't touch your listings, your closet, nothing. So anything that sells in the next 14 days on any other platform, I have to remember to go back if I get my Poshmark closet back and manually delist all of those items because I have no access to them. So that's not only gonna suck, but I'm sure I won't do it perfectly, and they're just propagating another cancellation. Like, I guess I just don't understand where these policies came from. Why? You know, there's a why behind everything. Why they do what they do. They're a business, you know, whatever. But you don't explain it. You don't, like, nothing. And there's no, like, you can't really do anything about it. You just are waiting at the mercy of Poshmark. So, not that it's going to make anything any better, but I feel like if you see something, you say something. Poshmark may never read my comments, and they should. They don't need to care about, honestly, my thoughts because they have a million other customers and they're putting these policies in place for their business and whatever. But I feel like I have to say something. This is my business. This is my livelihood. I pay them a lot of money. They build these platforms. We have to abide by their rules, and that is absolutely fine. But I am building a business. I am spending time working on their platform. I am, you know, marketing their platform, my business on their platform. And when I sell something, fees are high. And fees are high on every platform. Because, and you know what? Yes, I'm not gonna boo-hoo about the fees because they built the platform. They didn't build it for free. And I am just on the backs of giants, of people who built that system and bringing the customers who have all the technology invested in the people, the manpower, all that stuff. Like, that's not free. And I understand the fees, but then you're going to charge me fees, and then you're going to make me bend over backwards. You're going to make me, you know, put my business at odds because you decide now that because I had to cancel something that somehow is hurting business overall. I could understand if I had some sky high cancellation rate and I was a huge offender, but you get 3%, like, and on top of that, yeah, I've sold a lot of things on Poshmark, so 3%, yeah, I mean, it could be quite a few items within, you know, a certain time period. I forget what it is now. But what about the people starting out? Like, that is a hard barrier of entry. Like, if you're starting out and I make mistakes daily, obviously. I'm talking about this right now. But the people who are just starting out, they're going to make mistakes along the way, and you're only going to give them one chance to make a mistake, and their number of orders are going to be lower, so they're going to have less opportunities or less chances for a cancellation. And you know, and then you're just going to discourage them from selling. And, you know, and in the end, it's the big box, like it's the big box stores and all these things with these, all this structure and everything else that win. And small business will eventually just, again, be choked out. Like, you know, it started happening with the brick and mortar stores, and now where there's a little bit of resurgence back to more brick and mortar stores, but it hurts everybody. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So I am going to grab actually the letter that I'm going to write, and I'm just going to read it to you guys. Again, Poshmark, it probably is going to go into a nowhere email. No one will ever see it, but I believe that you have to say something. And, you know, because again, like with Rebecca, she could have just, you know, tucked her tail and said, oh, I hope no one notices, and you know, I did something bad, and you know, Poshmark thinks I'm bad and whatever, and I'm not gonna say anything because, you know, that looks bad on me. Which, you know, if you don't know the system, okay, yeah, maybe that's what you think. She's not a great reseller. She's an amazing reseller, and big things happen to her too. So I'm glad that she said something, and we all need to say something, because, you know, maybe at some point, if enough people say things and we start migrating to other platforms that don't keep doing things like this to us, I mean, maybe it'll hurt them in their pocket enough that they'll care, or not. And then we just all move to different platforms, because there's always new platforms cropping up. So let me grab what I wrote. I'll read it to you, and then we will get off this sob story, and we'll get on with the day. Because guys, I've got contractors here. I'm unfortunately having to open the store a little late. That's why I am just hanging out on the porch. Because we had a water leak, and I got to get down to the store, because today I got to get ready. I have our Friday estate box ritual show on Whatnot tonight, and I got to get ready for that. And that is where we open random boxes of estate sale hauls that I've gotten. I've never opened them. I don't know what's in them, but we open the boxes, and it all starts for $2, random starts. And so far we have found Fenton, uranium, brass, mid-century modern, it runs the gamut of things, crochet, lace, you know, it's just been crazy the things that we pulled out of these boxes, and I love it because it goes to the next collector, and I need to make the space because I have more inventory coming in, more consignments trying to come in, and it's a lot. So I've got to get ready for that. I've got to open the store, and I got to get ready. The auction's tomorrow, and I help out with that. And oh man, there's just so much stuff to do today. I'm gonna list, because I have those Texas estate sale hauls that I got, and I gotta get those stuff listed, because it's great that I sourced it. It's great I did a video on it, but guess what? It's not gonna sell if nobody knows I have it. So let me grab that letter. I'll be right back. Okay guys, let's quickly read this letter. And like I said, it may go into the abyss, and it probably is going to. It's probably going to go to an email. No one's going to read it. No one's going to care. But you know what? At least we tried. And that's all we can do in life, right? Just get up, try. So here we go. Also, I had ChatGPT write this for me. Again, ChatGPT, I do pay for ChatGPT because it has revolutionized my life, my business. I get it, yes, AI, and you know, it's scary and everything, but I think if you take it with a grain of common sense, and it can help me do the things I am not good at. I am not good at sitting down and writing things out and you know, proofing it and making sure it makes all sense and all this stuff. It also makes, you know, and then I send it off, and then, you know, and then just the revisions and stuff. I don't have time for that. Also, it helps me like write descriptions for things on eBay. It's really good at it. Why not let it do it, and I can move on to something else? Or make me a grocery list. Make me a grocery menu for the week, because guess what? I hate the grocery store. I hate the whole rigmarole of what are we gonna eat for dinner? What are we gonna eat for dinner? What are we gonna eat for dinner? Every single day. So it did write this, but you know, so dear Poshmark support team, I'm writing regarding the recent 14-day suspension placed on my account due to order cancellations under the new order cancellation policy. While I understand and appreciate the intent behind the policy, ensuring that buyers receive the items they purchase, I believe the current implementation creates unintended consequences for small business sellers who operate across multiple marketplaces. Like many independent sellers, I list inventory on several platforms, and occasionally an item may sell elsewhere before I'm able to remove it from every marketplace. And when this happens, I cancel the order so the buyer receives an immediate refund and is made whole. However, the 14-day suspension creates a new problem that actually increases the likelihood of future cancellations. During the suspension period, my listings remain active on Poshmark, but I am unable to manage them effectively. If items sell on other platforms during that time, I cannot quickly delist or update them on Poshmark. As a result, when the suspension ends, I must manually audit and correct every listing to avoid additional cancellations. In other words, the policy designed to reduce cancellations may unintentionally increase them by preventing sellers from actively managing their inventory. Additionally, I believe a 14-day suspension is a very harsh response when the actual infraction results in no financial harm to the customer. When an order is canceled promptly, the buyer receives a full refund and is not financially impacted. Small sellers like myself rely on Poshmark as one of the several platforms to support our business. Policies that remove our ability to manage listings for extended periods of time create operational challenges rather than improving the customer experience. I would respectfully encourage Poshmark to reconsider how this policy is implemented, particularly for sellers who maintain otherwise strong selling histories. Possible alternatives that might better address this issue could be temporary listing limits, then full account suspension, warnings or tiered penalties before suspension, and allowing sellers to continue managing and editing listings during a suspension period. I value the Poshmark platform and would like to continue selling successfully here, but I hope the impact of this policy on small businesses can be reconsidered. Thank you for your consideration. Now, thank God for ChatGPT, because I'm really bad about when I am frustrated. I will clap back with an email to something like this, and it would just be, "Are you kidding me?" Hashtag small business. So it's good things like ChatGPT like this that can help me. I can flame on to ChatGPT. I can get it out of my system because I'm frustrated, and I'm very protective over my business. But it can then go, okay, let's professionally say this, but give some firm examples of what is going on, what could be the harm in this, and possible solutions. Because if you come to me with a problem, I really want solutions. Give me some solutions, not here's the problem solve for me. My brain so I try to be respectful of that for other people. I am sure Poshmark has heard this before. I am sure there is a reason. I don't understand the reason. I don't need to understand really the reason, but then there's no support. There's no help. And again, it's a snowball sometimes. And that's where being in business for yourself can be very frustrating, because you work so hard. You work harder than anybody. You think about your business constantly. You are working constantly. Your brain is constantly thinking about your business. You're struggling. And you have really great days where everything just, the stars align and everything is great and you're making sales and customers are happy and whatever. And then sometimes days snowball kind of like that between the marketplace suspension and now the Poshmark suspension. So that is two platforms that I am suspended on right now. And that hurts. That hurts business. It hurts your morale, because you're like, what am I working so hard for when somebody outside of my control can just take it all away? Because time, effort, all of it is money. It's time. I spend time listing on Poshmark. I spend time on that platform. I spend time and money going towards that, and they instantly take it away. So what if that source of income is just gone and there's no repercussions to it? And like ChatGPT said, I'm an otherwise strong seller. I have great feedback. I have lots of listings, lots of quality listings. It's just I've had some cancellations. Life happens, in this time, I live in 2 different states most of the time. I have a store, I have inventory, I have a life, I have dogs, I have, I have a boyfriend, I have, my mom passed away, and I've moved my inventory all the time. And guess what? I also have ADHD. So I can tell you right now, I have the dress in question that was the camel, the straw that broke the camel back. I have that dress somewhere. But my ADHD, I could have said it's in this tote in my inventory. I could have set it down. I could have put it in the wrong tote. I could have mislabeled it. I could have. And when you're talking about, like right now, I have 3,000 items listed. Yes, that's a lot, and that's my fault. I mean, but that's also a lot of carryover from when I've made, weird decisions like, oh, I'm gonna list all these clothes no matter what, and then I'm like, that wasn't a good idea, and that was a bad waste of my time. But now they're listed. Why delist them? They're up there. And so you're managing a lot of moving pieces, a lot of inventory. So honestly, pardon my friends, shit's gonna happen. Things are gonna go missing. Things are gonna get damaged. I'm gonna put things in the wrong place. I always say I would lose my head if it wasn't attached. It's just how it is. So we'll see what happens. I mean, they won't respond. I mean, and they'll probably keep this policy for a while until I get probably a whole bunch of like big sellers make a stink about it, and then they'll go, oh yeah, that probably wasn't a good idea. Let's come up with a different policy for whatever it is, the problem that is they're trying to solve. The actual root problem of what they're trying to solve, not the cancellations. That's not really the problem. We all know that. So yeah, guys. All right, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. This has been a very long discussion about the suspension, but just like Rebecca did for me, I want to put this information out there too, because you might be a longtime Poshmark seller and didn't know about this new policy, or you might be getting into Poshmark and you should know about these things, because the way I learn is doing everything the hard way. But hopefully, if just one person hears, hey, like this is one of their policies, you'll at least know from the beginning, and it won't be a slap of a cold fish across the face. So guys, let's go get on to the rest of our day and let's do something more fun. Worrying about this kind of stuff is the worst. So let's go. So if you don't know, I also have a small little farm, and we have goats. And right now we have baby goats. So the best part of the day is the day where, hold on. Well, I can't flip my camera right now for some reason, but the best part of the day is where we take the goats out. So hold on one second. All right, we are taking the goats out. We are on a goat walk. This is our 3 mamas right here. And we got 3 little babies. Come on, babies. And they do all the fun little goat things. They run, they jump. And the fun thing about these 2 right here, that white one is Jam, that brown and white one is Toast, is they are half fainting goats, and they do faint. So it is so cute when they do it, and that is their mama Princess right there, and she is a half fainter, so they did get the gene to faint. Come on guys, let's go play. You gonna do your hops? Cornbread. Try to each. Cornbread. There you go. So back out with the goats. You meet some of the goats. This is a cornbread. She is a pygmy goat. She was born here on the farm, and she is so incredibly friendly, but almost friendly to a fault. She is in your pocket all the time. She is also a troublemaker, but we love her. And then over here, this is Black Goat. We didn't have a very good name for her when we got her, so her name was Black Goat. She actually is the Wonder Goat because she has 2 broken legs. One, when we first got her, I had her out with everybody. Everything was fine, no big deal, and I think we didn't even have her maybe 24 hours. And I went out and to go check on her, and her leg was broken. So who knows, goats get into trouble a lot. I took her to the vet. Vet said she is not in pain, and let her just be a goat. And she will work it out. And guess what? She is the fastest goat. She has never shown any pain on it. We monitor her all the time. And then unfortunately, her back leg was broken. We had a very significant, unfortunately, massacre on our farm. We had, I think around, at the time we had probably 9 or 10 goats, all pygmy goats. We had, adults, babies, girls, boys, the whole lot. And we had a dog that got in our fence, and before we even noticed anything on the cameras, the dogs had come in and basically run the goats dang near to death. They just chased them, and they were bitten, and it was awful. We tried to triage. We did everything we could to make the goats as comfortable as we can. We did have to put a couple goats down immediately because they just were not going to make it, and I'm not going to let my animals suffer like that. Black Goat is one of the ones that, Black Goat and Cornbread are actually the only 2 survivors of that whole ordeal. So you know what? And Black Goat, again, has never shown any pain, any discomfort, and she is the fastest, 2-legged goat ever. And then this right here is her baby, Tater. He was a surprise baby. We had no idea Black Goat was even pregnant. She never showed any signs until I went in there one morning and to let everybody out, and there was an extra baby. So that is Tater. He is also full pygmy as well. He is actually from our one of our studs that we had that passed away with all of the other ones during that whole time. So we are so excited to have him. He carries on the genes of, our main bloodline that we had, that is also from Cornbread. So that is Tater right there. We're so excited about him. Again, this is Princess. She is a half pygmy, half fainting goat. And when we got her, she was pregnant, but we did not know when she was gonna pop. I mean, she looked like a house. And then we got toast and jam from her. They are so sweet and so lovable, and they do have the fainting gene. They do faint every once in a while. It's usually when they're startled, but I'm not gonna take you in. The Toast is like my little cuddle monster. Look at his beautiful eyes. He got his mom's eyes. Well, so did Jam. And little Tater, I just love them. Goats are so much fun. They do get in a lot of trouble, so they can be easy keepers as long as you keep on them and make sure they can't get out. They can't hurt themselves on something. I mean, they can't get caught up in anything. We have Cornbread here. She loves getting caught in the fence. Now we have hog panels all over our fence line. And she loves sticking her head in the fence, even though they are the smallest little squares, and she gets stuck because she has horns. She can get her head in, but not out. So we're always having to rescue her from the fence. There are things that you can do. You can tape sticks and stuff to their horns so that they can't actually physically put their heads through the fence. But we don't do that. I mean, we probably need to, but I don't want to put that on her. she already gets enough in trouble. I would only, okay, yes, don't jump on me, Cornbread. I almost feel like she would somehow, you know, use that as a weapon. She would like swing it like a sword. But that is the babies, and I love when we have babies because everybody loves little babies, but they're so much fun. If I ever need time to like de-stress and just relax, I love taking them out, and especially when you take them into somewhere new and the little babies get the zoomies and then the babies are running all over the place, and yes, Cornbread. And it's just so much fun, and it's just relaxing because a lot of times you just need that stress relief, and they can provide that, and they're just, I don't know. I mean, how can you not love a little fuzzy baby, right? And look at his little fuzzy tail. Toast, you're such a good boy. Yes, Cornbread. She's so jealous. So that is the babies. I kind of want to take them into the shop and then let them eat the grass at the shop, but also I'm sure everyone would love to come pet a baby goat. So maybe that will be one of my selling tactics here really soon. I want it to at least warm up a little bit and not be raining so much because goats do not like to get wet. So let it, you know, let the rain tide over a little bit before I bring them into the shop. But gosh, I love them so much. Yes, Cornbread, she is the star of the show. If you watch any of my older farm videos, you'll see Cornbread as an itty bitty little baby. She loves to get on the tractor when the tractor's out. She gets on the side-by-side. She wants to go for a ride all the time. So she has been our spoiled baby. And yeah, so I guess it has to be the end of goat time, and I gotta get back to work because there is so much going on, but I just want to show off the babies. All right, guys, so we're finally going to the post office. This morning has just been crazy. I feel like there has just been a steady stream of people and things going on in the store, which is great. I love having people in the store. It's just been a lot, and oh man, I just am getting like a slow start this morning with the plumbers and the contractors being up at the house, and so I'm getting things to the post office because as a reseller I ship like every single day, which is great because that means I have sales, but I have to get them out. And my shop actually does not get postal deliveries, so that is something I need to work out with the post office. I have to talk to the carrier, I guess, and we just haven't connected. So again, that's like I can't like stop and figure that mess out. And so we physically are going to the post office to make sure we get them there before, and you know, plenty enough time for them to get scanned, because then you get dinged on your accounts if, you know, for how long that you ship. And then I have to stop and see one of my consigners and drop off some money for them because they sold some stuff, which is great. And then head back to the store because I have like 2 hours before my show starts for the estate ritual where we open those boxes. So I have to like really hurry back and just like nose to the grindstone, get ready for that show on Whatnot. And so yeah, crazy day. And then this is how it goes, guys. Like every day is an adventure. So hopefully I get back to the shop and I can start getting ready for that show. And oh, tornado watch. Oh, awesome. So hopefully we don't have a tornado. But again, that would just be, you know, the icing on the top of this day that has just kind of gone sideways. So if we get sucked up by a tornado, you know, it is what it is. So we're at the post office dropping off packages, and I'll check in with you guys when I get to maybe a next stopping point. I have to eat at some point too. Okay, bye. All right, guys, so I am finally ready to go home. I'm going to eat, and I'm going to have ice cream, and I'm going to put my fuzzy socks on and my pajamas, my really super comfy ones, and I am going to roll into bed and cuddle one of my dogs, whichever one doesn't hate me right now, because God forbid they think I'm at the store doing something without them, because Nick came and picked them up for my show to take them home. They get their own chauffeured ride home, and they got chicken nuggets, and I mean, they think they have the worst life. Excuse me. I spoke through my Whatnot show for 3.5 hours, and my throat hurts. I always tell the dogs, like, man, I'm gonna get you a day pass to the pound, so you can just go see what it's like for those dogs and see how spoiled you have it. But you know, that's being a dog mom. So yeah, I'm gonna go home and do all of those things because I have to be up early again and at it tomorrow. The store opens tomorrow. Again, it's Saturday, the auction, I go over there and help with that. So tomorrow it's gonna be another go kind of day. Maybe I'll bring you along for the ride on that too, because you know, it's super interesting. The auction is super interesting. And you can kind of get a behind the scenes look at that as well and what that looks like. So guys, the episode might be over for today, but the hustle never sleeps. Guys, I'm going to bed. So I'll see you in the next one. Good night.